In this video, let's take a look at some of the things that you might be measuring in Google Analytics, but might actually be measuring incorrectly. The very first thing we're going to take a look at in our analytics, we're going to go to acquisition, and then we're going to go to all traffic and take a look at our source medium reports. This is the very first thing that I normally check whenever we're working with a new installation. We want to see how the traffic is being tagged because it's important. Analytics will make its best guess as to where your traffic is coming from, but there are things called UTM tags or UTM parameters that you can actually put onto the different sources of traffic so that when they come from Facebook, when they come from Twitter, you know they came from Facebook, you know they came from Twitter, and not just Facebook, but you'll know things like they came from Facebook and it was the ad group that was retargeting your blog readers that had the image of a puppy dog on it. You can get very, very specific with UTMs. So make sure that you're using UTMs or else you might be measuring your traffic coming in, but you're not measuring it in a really, really useful way. So that's the very first thing to take a look at. Another report you want to take a look at to see if you're measuring in the proper way here is under landing pages. So here you take a look at your landing pages report and just ask yourself, does this make sense? Does it make sense in this case that the basket, the cart page, is a landing page? Because shouldn't that be in the middle of a customer journey? Well, it might if the retargeting is actually sending them back to the cart. So that could entirely be correct. Then what you can do is you can create a secondary dimension to verify that. You can go to source medium and you add in a secondary dimension of your basket page and we can actually see what that looks like. In fact, I'm just going to type in basket here so we see just all of the pages that are coming through that have basket as the landing page. And here's all of our basket pages along with the source mediums for those baskets. So we can see all the different sources of traffic coming back. So if I had a referral source that was a third-party retargeting ad or something like that was coming back, if I'm using UTMs, I would be able to see all of that here and say, yep, okay, this is my retargeting traffic. Like in this case, you see Google CPC, that's Google Ads traffic. That's sending people directly to the basket. Now, at the same time, if that was not something I was intending, it could be a mistake. Somebody maybe meant to send them back to a landing page, a different landing page or a different offer page and accidentally sent them to the basket. Or worse, maybe the page is broken and it's accidentally redirecting to the basket. So you can find some errors here in your implementations, and it can help you while you are measuring, making sure that you're actually measuring a little bit more usefully. Let's take a look at a couple of other features that will actually help you to measure a little bit more accurately as well, and that's under the events. Now events, we're going to click on overview here. Events are something that you customize in Google Analytics, but it can actually give you unique specific behaviors. So if you're not using events, you're absolutely not taking advantage of the full power that Google Analytics offers to you. For example, we can see the Contact Us event that's firing here on the Google Merchandise Store. So if I click on the Contact Us, this is the category, and we can get a little bit more details, perhaps under event action. We can drive down and see if they're sending any more details. There was an on-site click that actually caused that Contact Us to happen. Sometimes they'll put information even in the label, sometimes not. So there's people that clicked on the email versus clicked on the phone number to get contact information. So really quickly, you can measure how the interaction of Contact Us is actually happening on the website using events. Again, they do have to be set up. You can use tools like Tag Manager, by the way, to make this really so much easier than it used to be. So if you're not using Tag Manager, make sure that you do that. But set up Tag Manager, you can track events and push those into Google Analytics so that you can start to measure very specific behaviors that are happening on your site. And again, it gives you a whole new level of ability to ask more important questions. Finally, one other section we want to take a look at. So we go to custom dimensions here, and you can see that on this particular installation for the Google Merchandise Store, they are testing all sorts of stuff. So they've got sales region coming through, they've got user category coming through, product ID coming through, the logged in status, they have shipping method, they've got the session goals. So there's all sorts of customized information. And this is something that people don't realize you can use Google Analytics for. You don't have to use it just out of the box. In fact, you shouldn't. You should be customizing it with things like events, which we just talked about, and things like custom definitions, specifically custom dimensions and custom metrics. So these are unique individual pieces of data that are unique to your company that you can set up to track things like, in this case, Google wanted to know about sales region and user category. Now they're able to do that because they set it up to track that. So custom dimensions, incredibly powerful feature that will actually help you to make sure that you're using Google Analytics in the best possible way. Let me know how you're using what you're learning in the comments below. Just leave a quick comment and let me know. Also, if you love topics like this, I know that I do, be sure to go ahead and like and make sure that you subscribe to the channel, because when you subscribe to the channel, we'll be sure to send you out notifications when new topics have been added.